Hi, I'm Uncle Jerry. Have you heard the one about the two spacemen? There was a planet in a galaxy far away that had ended all wars and found a cure for all diseases. The old folks were living very long lives, and although it was against the law, the young folks were still reproducing like rabbits, making lots of babies. As a result, they were overpopulating like crazy. So their Supreme Council sent out two of their top spacemen, number 1 and number 2, to explore our galaxy, hoping to find a planet with peaceful inhabitants that would be willing to accept their technology for a peaceful place to coexist. When number 1 and number 2 entered our solar system, number 2 says, "Hey, number 1, man, would you look at this beauty?" He focused the image on his scope in real close. "It's the third planet from the sun." Number 1 says, "It's a real beauty, all right. What's its makeup?" Number 2 says, "Well, all that blue is water, and there's plenty of land mass, and it's lush with vegetation, and it has tons of carbon-based life forms." Number 1 says, "Well, this just might very well be the planet we're looking for. Let's go down and check it out." When they came busting through the clouds, they were over a desert in Utah. Number 1 says, "Look at this. No mountains, no trees, just a nice flat place to land. I love it." They skipped along the sand a few times and finally come to a stop. They decided to keep their spacesuits on until they were sure about the atmosphere. They got out and started walking, and it wasn't long before they came across an old road. It was mostly covered with sand. They took some readings and decided it was a man-made road. Number 1 says, "Maybe this road will take us to the inhabitants. Let's go." Before long, they came across a structure. It was an old abandoned filling station. It still had 2 of the old-style pumps out front. You know, the ones with the cylinder-shaped bodies and the glass domes on top that said regular and ethyl. Actually, they looked very much like our spacemen. Number 1 and number 2 hunkered down behind a sand dune and got their binoculars out and surveyed the situation for a while. Finally, number 2 says, "I don't like it. I've been watching those guards out in front ever since we've been here, and they haven't moved an inch. They are so disciplined, so military in their manner. I don't trust them. I think we should forget about this place. Let's go back to the ship and find another planet." Number 1 says, "Don't wimp out on me now, number 2. Let's stick to the plan. I'm going over there to make the first contact. You cover me." Number 1 gets up and holds his hands up and starts walking toward the station. He stops at a safe distance and says, "My name is number 1. We come in peace. Take me to your leader." Of course, the pump don't say nothing. Of course, they just pumps. So he moves in a little closer in case they didn't hear him. He's getting real nervous now. His legs were starting to shake. He said it again. "My name is number 1. We come in peace. Take me to your leader." About then, a bird flew out of the station window and startled him a bit, so he ducked and put his hand down on his ray pistol. When number 2 saw that move, he thought 1 was in trouble, so he immediately pulled the trigger and shot one of the pumps. Turns out there was some residual gas down in the tank below, and it exploded and blew the station to smithereens and blew number 1 backward head over heels. He gets up, dusts himself off, decides he isn't hurt, and says, "Damn! Let's get the hell out of here." They hurried back to the spaceship as fast as they could run. When number 1 felt like they were safe, he turns to number 2 and says, "You was right. Well, just how in the hell did you know they were that dangerous?" Number 2 says, "Well, my daddy told me, never fuck with a dude that can hang his dick in his own ear."